Yep, you you're reading that title right. You're seeing that thumbnail right. We are gonna be react. Happy April Fools, ladies and gentlemen. April Fools. We're gonna be reacting to this. We're gonna be reacting to this video. Uh, the shame that I'm feeling right now. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. I have no words to say. Come on! Alright, now let's get to it.
What's this? Wait, why would he want to smash a beetroot? Maybe like crush it? It's a big bug? Matt. Wouldn't that be like smooshing it or swatting it maybe? Oh my god, Matt. Oh.
Yep.
Gross. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that can't pass on the opportunity to ask you to smash that subscribe button. Very proud of that intro. Today's episode
Oh boy.
is dumb, stupid, whoopid, silly, willy, in all the best ways possible. Not since the Luigi's Eggplant episode has there been something this dumb and ridiculous on the channel, but you know what? Here we are, and I gotta admit, I am excited about it. We've been so serious lately, talking about FNAF and Inscription and ARGs. It's time to go back to the basics, the roots of this channel. Analyzing one man deciding whether or not he'd enjoy having relations with 900 fictional animals. Markiplier.
Hit it with the dab! It's still alive! It's 2020! Come on, bring it back!
We actually have a bit of back and forth when it comes to our channels. He plays Power Wash Simulator and asks for a theory.
I want a deep dive video from Matt Pat about the lore of Power Wash Simulator.
I, like the good friend that I am, make the theory about it. He creates a mystery series full of lore. I dissect said lore. He plays Security Breach and calls people who pick Monty Golf nerds.
Anyone that picks Monty Golf is just a nerd.
I, of course, go on to pick Monty Golf. Woo! Gator Golf! But if there's one thing I love more than Mark, it's math. Numbers. That sweet...
I didn't need to see that. I chose the wrong opportunity to pause. But anyways, yeah, I love Markiplier. I love him.
Sweet data. So when Mark uploaded a Smash or Pass video covering all 900 Pokemon, that was like the stars of content aligning. The whole thing happened with no context, no explanation, and seemingly no consistency.
Pass. I really did not mean to say smash. This is horrifying. Smash.
But there was a subconscious pattern here. Some sort of logic that cuts through the seemingly random knee-jerk choices. What if there was a perfect Pokemon that Markiplier missed? Or better yet, what if we created for Markiplier his perfect Pokemon? I had to look into it, and with the power of math on my side,
No.
I found something. Despite the preferences that he voices in the video, his subconscious was making decisions that even he didn't fully understand.
Smash. But why?
Well, don't worry, Mark. As your friend, I'm here to help
But
you out.
why?
So let's dive into this meme-ish madness to see what this video actually tells us about Markiplier's Smash or Pass preferences.
Oh,
Also,
no.
quick disclaimer before we start, not here to cast judgment or comment on any sort of sexuality. We're just sticking to the data and the trends that Mark provided about his preferences on fictional creatures. Love equals love, even when that means Mark's love for a giant sentient pile of sand.
Weirdly smash.
When the Smash or Pass video ends, Mark has said Smash to 73 Pokemon.
I can't believe we're doing this. I'm sorry. I can't keep a straight face. We're actually doing this.
Yes, I recognize that the video counter actually says 72, but when he says Smash to Lunala, the counter doesn't go up for whatever reason. When you look at the totality of the 73 that he chose, there's a real variety here. So before we get into the whole data set, I thought it'd be a good idea to start with the Pokemon that he didn't just choose to smash, but that he had a noticeable response to. Over the course of the video, there are 3 in particular that merit an over-the-top reaction. Florges, Sarina, Hermosa.
Smash.
Why do these 3 three up side by side, you can immediately start to see a trend appearing. What I would describe as traditionally humanoid feminine features. Sultry eyes, long legs, that kind of thing. Pheromosa and Sarina even talk about these features in their Pokedex entries. Quote from Pheromosa's Ultra Sun entry, "A life form that lives in another world. Its body is thin and supple, but it also possesses great power." And from Pokemon Sword's entry on Sarina, "This feared Pokemon has long, slender legs and a cruel heart. It shows no mercy as it stomps on its opponents." What this shows us is not only do these two have traditionally feminine qualities, they're also incredibly strong and prone to violence. Definitely coincides with data that we've seen from Mark in the past.
How many times have I said, I want a woman that could crush my head in between her thighs?
Oh. No. 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 Oh God. I can't. And what episode is this? What episode is that? Oh no, I was really expecting this video to just be total silence while I just think about what I've done, but this is... Oh no. We're barely informed.
Definitely has those step on me vibes.
People might mistake me for some kind of a masochist, which isn't true and would be ridiculous for people to think about.
In fact, I was surprised by how many Pokemon he chose that did have sharp teeth, claws, talons, and spikes. 19 to be precise. 26% of his choices. Now, obviously that means that 74% of his choices didn't have things that could cut, tear, or gouge him, but it felt like quite a high percentage for someone that vehemently denies being a masochist.
Do you think Mark is a masochist? Yes. It's so completely obvious. But for some reason he's in denial about it.
Outside of those physical features, it's about it.
Thanks,
Not much
Jack.
to unite the key three, so I then took a look at the wider data set. And it's there that you really start to see some fascinating trends. Looking at every Pokemon Mark would smash, his overwhelming preference were Pokemon from Generation 7, 16 of the 73, roughly 22%, including choices like Zalazzle and Primarina. The interesting thing about that is that Generation 7 primarily took place in Alola, Pokemon's version of Hawaii, and wouldn't you know it, but
Okay.
Mark was born in Hawaii. Clearly, he felt some kind of deep-seated connection with the Pokemon native to his birthplace, despite these choices being made without him recognizing anyone past Gen 1.
Now we're getting into things that I have no idea. Are these even real Pokemon anymore?
Sometimes the heart just can't articulate what the heart wants, but deep down, it knows what feels right. And while Mark appears to shows an innate preference for leggy Hawaiians, beyond that, he appears to be fairly open-minded. Take typing, for instance. Mark, in general, shows no discrimination. Every type here has been smashed at least twice, but his top
Hey.
types are Psychic, which came out to 11 smashes, closely followed by Water with 10. All the rest were 8 or lower, with Steel and Rock being the bottom two categories. But Psychic being at the top actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. We've established Mark's attraction for humanoid figures in the Pokemon, and if you look at Psychic types, a decent number of them appear to be in the human-like egg group. Even ones that don't appear there do tend to have human or fairy-like qualities, like Mewtwo or the Tapu legendaries. Speaking of appearances, it's probably worth talking about color. I mean, things like type aren't necessarily obvious when you first look at them. Even the anime has this running joke about Pseudo-Wudo looking like a tree, but actually being a rock type.
Pseudo-Wudo's a rock type? That's pretty hard to believe. Rock types are usually rough and rocky. Pseudo-Wudo's more like a grass plant.
So, while Mark's type
That's
selection
right.
may have been more of a subconscious one, color is something that's very hard to ignore.
Expect the unexpected.
When the Pokemon is right there in front of you. Looking at the primary and secondary colors of each of his choices, Mark showed a preference towards Pokemon that contained large amounts of the color purple, closely followed by pink and black. Purple to me seemed like an obvious choice, as I've always associated with the Psychics, but when I look back at it, there aren't actually that many purple Psychic types. I guess it was always the Psychic Energy card from the TCG that had been burned into my brain. Anyway, purple in color theory combines the calm stability of blue with the fierce energy of red, both things that I think embody Mark to a T.
I'm pretty sure this was not part of my contract. Frankly, I hate everything you stand for and everything that you are.
Oh my god! I'm done! Oh god! Oh my god!
Purple is also the color associated with royalty. Again, a not too unfamiliar Markiplier trait.
Place the crown upon my head and then call me the king of 5 Nights at Freddy's!
Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Mark's preferences when it comes to other features.
8 feet tall? Are you kidding me?
Oh,
She's
no.
very large, very powerful, very large.
Height and weight, obviously not something that's
I think MatPat did that out of spite. Markiplier claimed himself to be the king of FNAF. Matt, why you do it? Okay. I'm pretty sure he didn't do it out of spite, guys. Calm down, okay? This is a joke. Okay, calm down. He didn't do it out of spite. I know he didn't. Alright? Calm down.
Immediately obvious when you look at a Pokemon. And if you have any connection with the anime, you know that height and weight are, inconsistent there at best. But I looked at it anyway. Mark did choose a couple of big boys, namely Wailord at 14.5 meters or 47 feet long, and weighing in at the whopping 398 kilograms or 877 pounds. Something tells me, Mark, in that situation, you're not the one doing the smashing. And well, that's into the spectrum.
No, why you say it like that? No, why you say it like that? I'm actually crying right now. I know some jokes shouldn't be funny, but I don't know why it's funny. Maybe it's the visuals. Maybe it's just the visuals that's getting me.
Willingness to diversify his tastes, with him going so far as to smash Sinistee, the black tea Pokemon that measures in at 0.1 meters or 4 inches tall and weighs in at only 0.2 kilograms or 0.4 pounds. All that being said, when you look at the graph, there is a definite trend here. Sure, there are a number of outliers, but most of his choices were under 100 kilograms and also under 2 meters in height, with his averages sitting at 1.53 meters, just over 5 foot tall, and 58 kilograms or 130 pounds. The average woman in the United States is 1.5 meters or 5 foot 3.5 inches tall and weighs in at 77.5 kilograms or 171 pounds. So in spite of Markiplier's insistence that he likes them big,
How many times have I said, I want a woman that can crush my head in between her thighs?
the evidence actually shows that his preference is for Pokemon that are smaller than average.
I'm king of the squirrels!
I mean, I wasn't implying that small, but you did just help me segue into my next point, animal groups. You know, mammals, fish, reptiles, birds, amphibians, invertebrates, those sorts of groups.
Oh,
It's a very
boy.
simple way for us to group animals based on certain features. The Pokemon world already has its own version of this, which is the egg groups, but egg groups are weirdly unspecific, especially when it comes to some of the larger categories. The field group, for instance, is the most common group, so it's not surprising that it came out as the #1 in Markiplier's pick of Pokemon. But the group itself is very random. There are mammals like Lot Bunny, but also reptiles like Arbok and birds like Blaziken. So as the group consists of many different types and appearances, it seemed pretty unhelpful from a data standpoint. Hence, I broke the data down into what each Pokemon looks like, adding a couple of extra categories like objects, ghosts, plants, and humans to cover all the bases. I initially thought that birds were going to be at the top because so many of his picks were just straight up birds like Swanna and Mandibuzz, but the data was actually a bit more spread out than I expected, with 4 groups all basically tied for the top slot: birds, bugs, mammals, and humanoids. I did try to take it a step further. Maybe it wasn't actual birds that came out on top, but maybe bird-like faces, pointed and sharp features. Think Pokemon like Zoroark with its elongated face, or Malamar, who's more like a squid but has a beak and is just very long and pointed. However, the data surprised me here, as 18 faces do fit the sharp, pointed description, but it was trounced by the 35 Pokemon he chose with rounded facial features, like Gardevoir, Sliggoo, Ledian, and of course, Magneton. Can't get much rounder than literal orbs. Now, obviously, we can't measure things like age when it comes to Pokemon, other than the odd Pokedex entry like Florges that talks about him being centuries old. Evolution, on the other hand, is measurable. How
Oh,
many
boy.
evolutions in each Pokemon's evolutionary chain? How do they evolve? What stage within the evolutionary chain does Markiplier prefer? And it seems like he likes them mature. Of the 73 smashes, 42 were fully evolved forms, and 33 of those came from a 2-step evolution process. It's also worth noting that most of his choices were evolutions brought about by leveling rather than things like items, friendship, or trading. Weirdly, the results tell us what I think we can all agree on: Mark works hard, and he surrounds himself with people who also work hard. He puts a lot of effort into his content. He works out regularly. At least I thought he did.
You exercise often and stay active.
No, not lately.
And so he appreciates a Pokemon
Not
in his life that's
lately.
not going to be there just for show, but instead is going to be putting in the effort alongside him. But effort into what? What skills does he find particularly useful? Well, it turns out Mark wants
Oh,
a companion
no.
that stays close to him and can fend off attackers from a distance. One that he would never have to send directly out to dangerous territory. In short, he's a big fan of Pokemon with high special attack stats and low defense stats. To me, this translates to Mark being fiercely loyal and protective over a small handful of people, keeping them very close, keeping them safe, but maybe being distant himself to those outside of his inner circle. And just
Oh, come on!
the end of my data-driven journey. In all the data collection, these were the strongest and most interesting results, but what if we took it a step further? I know Mark reacted to all the Pokemon. His list is definitive of what he would and would not smash, but what if there was something he missed? One that in the flow of the video he said pass on without considering. What is the perfect Pokemon for Markiplier based on all the data that we just crunched? It's time I pull out the big guns, or as the man himself would say,
This is big brain time.
so after analyzing all our data, we can determine that Markiplier's perfect match needs to be about 4 foot 5 inches to 5 foot tall,
Okay.
1.35 to 1.53 meters, and weigh in between 80 and 128 pounds, 36
All right.
to 58 kilos. They need to be a purple psychic type with high special attack and low physical defense. They need to be the fully evolved form of a 2-step evolutionary line, which is achieved.
Hold on, I need to write this down. Hold on. Yes, I'm getting the pencil. Got my notes. Turning page. I gotta turn the page. Let me write this down. Yes. Get the notes. Yes. Got it right there.
They need to be in the field egg group and more specifically have the appearance of a mammal, bird, human, or bug. And ideally
Yes.
they got some strong, long legs that he can crush his head
Alright,
with.
and
so plug in
thick
all that
legs
into the
too.
computer really quick. Drum roll, please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. Oh no! Now it's getting into me. No. God. Oh, great. Just want to join in the fun. All right, show us what.
Mark didn't just pass on one by accident. All the features just don't exist in one package. But don't worry,
Nani?
theorists, I wasn't content to leave you or Mark empty-handed. Maybe there's a Pokemon that's close enough. One that ticks almost all the boxes, just not quite all of them. After digging around for several hours of my life that I'll never get back, I present to you the Pokemon that fits the bill, Mean Xiao. Height right in the pocket at 1.4 meters. Weight right there at 35.5 kilos. Mean Xiao isn't a psychic type, but it is definitely purple, has low physical defense, and is the final form of a 2-stage evolution. And to round it all off, Mean Xiao is a mammal and part of the field egg group. And what's most interesting of all was Mark's response to Mean Xiao during his video.
That would definitely make me a furry pass.
He paused to think about his decision, but what ultimately made him pass was the idea of the social stigma, what people might perceive him to be if he were to make that choice. Otherwise, it seemed like he was all ready to say smash like he smashed Lot Bunny just moments before, asking the exact same thing.
Would this make me a furry if I said smash? Smash.
I guess what I
Wow.
and the data are collectively trying to say is, Mark, just go with your heart. Don't let society tell you what's right or wrong for you to smash. After all, Diamond and Pearl explicitly state that, quote, there once were people who married Pokemon. This was a normal thing because long ago, people and Pokemon were the same. So wanting to smash Pokemon isn't about being a furry. Instead, it's just about following the natural order, where Pokemon could become people and people could become
No.
Pokemon, and there was no judgment on
No
either.
judgment.
And I think we could all learn a little lesson from that. And who knows, the Pokemon Company did just announce a brand new generation, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so maybe this new generation will provide Mark with his perfect Pokemon. But then again, that's an awfully long time to wait, so I'm gonna take matters into my own hands.
What are you talking about?
Not literally my hands, considering
No, please.
I have zero art skills whatsoever, but instead
Yeah, I got. Okay.
I decided to hire an artist to design Mark's perfect Pokemon for us using all the attributes that we talked about today. One
Run. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get my. I'm gonna sit up for this one. I got the drums ready.
with a generally rounded face but pointy features and sultry eyes.
Okay.
A purple mammal that would conceivably have psychic abilities, maybe some long, strong legs that could crush a man's head, as well as some sharp claws for good measure. A Pokemon that suggests femininity but without being overly sexualized, and all of it wrapped inside of a character design that, could conceivably appear in a future Pokemon game, as opposed to something that was just designed for Mark's visual entertainment.
No, don't do that to Mewtwo.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Markiplier's perfect Pokemon. I have to say, no matter what Mark thinks, I think this turned out great. You keep your leer.
Whoa. Actually, the thing is cool, but I think we already know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. The artists are coming.
Male Gazelle's swear, my friend. I love this design. Not in a smashable way, though not necessarily not in a smashable way. I just think it's great. I feel like I should submit it to Game Freak. I think our artist crushed it. She did an incredible job. All of her links are going to be down in...
Not bad. I actually think it would be in a Pokemon series one day. I'll give you the claps. I'll give you the claps.
The description below, but fun's not over yet. This Pokemon doesn't have a name, so sound off in the comments what you think we should call this thing. I am fascinated to see what you guys come up with, which means that there's only one thing left for you to smash, and that's the subscribe button.
Oh
But
boy.
hey,
No. Alright, you know what? Well, this is a video that's gonna be on my channel for, this is gonna be the most questionable video I ever done in my life. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video, comment down this, whatever you want to put in this video. Sure, comment down, if you would smash or pass this new Pokemon. And, yeah, subscribe to the channel. Trying to release as much content as we can in this channel, as well as in my other channel. But yeah, this is OneGamer54. Signing off.